We're here this afternoon because Republicans are holding a confirmation of two important nominations.
I would ask if the consent could be modified so that the vote on confirmation would occur at 5:30 p.m. Monday, April the 28th, when we return from the April recess.
It's apparent that the only reason the senator from Iowa expresses delay is for delay. No other reason.
Just to remind everybody, when the majority leader says that nothing's being done on judges, we have confirmed 233 judges and only disapproved of 2. And so don't ever try to sell the American people on the idea that the Senate is not doing its work on getting judges approved.
As I indicated, this isn't much in the way of logic here. We have had a lot of judges approved after wasting hundreds of hours of time doing nothing. We have judges reported out of the Judiciary Committee unanimously, led by our good friend, the senior senator from Vermont, the chairman of the committee, who does such an admirable job. They're reported out unanimously, and they stall, the Republicans stall, delay, obstruct, and then we have a vote here, and it passes very easily. Their only purpose for the delaying is for delay purposes, for delay's sake. They are obstructing this as they've obstructed everything for the last 5 years.
I think it's important to put all of this in context. My good friend, the Majority Leader, broke his word last year when he said we had settled the issue of what the rules were going to be for the Senate for this Congress. He then broke the Senate rules in order to change the Senate rules, setting a very unfortunate precedent.
I'm a patient man. Try to be. For my friend to come here and have the audacity to talk about my breaking my word. Trouble with that statement is we had the whole Senate to see what happened. He said something, I said something. And that fact, what he said, is that we're not going to have all these filibusters on motions to proceed. Now, for the viewing audience, we wasted so much time just trying to get on a bill. You see, it's not that easy. You have to file something in the Senate, to wait a day to get on the bill. If they object, and they object hundreds of times, it takes 2 days to get on the bill. Vote, 30 hours, and then we're only on the bill. To get off the bill, we have to go through that process all over again. And we have done that hundreds of times. There have been more filibusters on President Obama's judicial nominations than far more than in the entire history of the country for other presidents. We've been a country for a long time, roughly 240 years. For that entire period of time, 235 years, there were more filibusters in 5 years of President Obama by far than the entire history of the country.
I would just ask the distinguished Republican leader, is he aware, and I'm confident he is, that the Majority Leader and other leaders of his party had a press conference last week, I believe it was, announcing their agenda from this point through the election in November, which involved things like the vote we had yesterday, vote on the increase in minimum wage, vote on extending long-term unemployment and the like. And I believe there was a quote in the article, if the senator will remembers, like I do, that basically said, we're not interested in legislating. We're just interested basically in posturing and politics to help distract the American people from the unpopularity of this president's policies and this party's policies. Does the senator remember something to that effect?
I do. In fact, the senator from Texas is entirely correct.
Now, a lot of words are being thrown about here, posturing. I wonder if somebody who is a long-term unemployed, who's been out of work a long time, and there's a profile, they're not all this way, but somebody who's 55 years old, was laid off because of the recession, and can't find a job. Overqualified, overeducated, lots of different issues that they can't find work. We decided that it was important that they get unemployment benefits, benefit extension. About 2 million people agree with that for sure, because they're the ones that lost those benefits. I don't think that's posturing. We voted on that and it passed here. I think we had to have 5 cloture votes to get there. But because of some very strong-willed Republicans, we were able to do that. And I admire those 5 who joined with us. They mentioned yesterday, they didn't want to do it by name. They said something we did yesterday. That something we did yesterday, Madam President, said that if a woman works the same job that a man works, that woman should be paid the same as a man. Now, is that posturing? I don't think so. My daughter doesn't think so. My granddaughters don't think so. They think it's pretty fair that because we have more than half the people going to college now are women, over half the people in medical school and law school are women. Shouldn't they be paid the same as a man? Is that posturing? I don't think so. But again, diversion and distraction from the issue at hand. We understand that this is part of the mantra of the program that Karl Rove and others decided they would do 5 years or more ago. That is to oppose everything President Obama has done. You cannot talk about what went on before, because never in the history of our great republic have we had a party, a minority party, that is determined to do nothing, hoping that it'll get them the majority in November. We'll find out if their noble experiment works. That is, oppose everything and people will like us a lot. I don't think that's going to work.